What's up? What's up, everybody? This is MJ, and welcome to our TGIF Friday training broadcast. I hope you've had a phenomenal and productive week, and that you are as excited about this topic for today as I am. I'm so excited about it. I'm going to put my glasses on so I can feel extra smart today, because we're going to be talking about something that a lot of people shy away from. A lot of people don't want to talk about it because they don't know, they don't understand. And the things that we don't understand, a lot of times we fear. Today, we're going to be talking about business startup debt and how you can annihilate that fear that you have of business startup debt once and for all. Figure out what are the responsible ways to deal with it, what you should and should not do with where it relates to startup capital, and how we can deal with that and how you can use it to your advantage. So that's what we're going to be talking about. Get your pen and paper out today, because this is about to go down. So the first thing I want to level set with right off the bat, if you are trying to start a retail boutique, store, shop, whatever you want to call it, you're going to need some money up front. If you want to scale it to any type of a 6 or 7 figure level before retirement age, okay? If you want to take 20, 30 years to make your money, this is not your video. This is for people who are sick of being chained to a desk, sick of making somebody else rich and building somebody else's dream, and you want to build your own dream in a relatively short amount of time. We're not talking about get rich quick schemes, nothing like that. But it doesn't have to take forever to build a retail business to the place where it is profitable and can give you the lifestyle you deserve. But it's going to take some money. So I need you to accept that it's going to take money, and that you need startup capital to get there. Most people do not have a lot of money sitting in their 401k or in their savings account or on a credit card to use for their business. If you do, great. You can use those funds to start your business and turn your dream into a reality. But if you don't, then you are probably looking for startup capital. And if you're like most people, you're focused on the failure and what will happen if your business fails. And so you try to take out as little as possible. The first thing is, most lenders are not going to give you less than $5,000 or $10,000, because they know that, first of all, if you're borrowing less than that, you're not talking about building a real business. The other thing is, they know they can't make any type of return on their investment with you, so they're not even going to fool with it. It's not worth their money to lend to you. So if you're dabbling, I just need a couple $1,000s. You're not talking about building a real business. If you're talking about spending small amounts of money because you're scared of what will happen if you fail, you're already on the wrong track, because you're focusing on failure, and that's the very thing that you're going to bring to pass. It is almost impossible for you to bring something to pass when you're focusing on the opposite of that thing. So it is impossible almost for you to become wildly successful at something when you're focused on all the what ifs of failure. And that is what makes most people fear business startup debt. You're worried about, you're saying, this is my dream. I want to have this amazing boutique, this amazing shop. I want to sell my products to the masses, but I'm focused on what's going to happen if it doesn't work. So the first thing you need to do is get it out of your mind, the failure. Get out of your mind, it's not going to work. You have to let that go and start focusing on, what if it succeeds, and what do I need to do to get there? When you start to focus on what you want in life, and this doesn't just apply to business, this applies to every facet of your life. As long as you're focusing on what you don't want, you get more and more and more of that, and it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. The same thing is true of success, though. If you focus on everything that you do want, you start to get more and more and more of that. It is impossible for you to shortchange that. That's like a universal law. It is that way, because we are a reflection of the outside of ourselves, is a reflection of who we are on the inside. So that's why negative people always seem unhappy and down because the negativity on the inside comes out on the outside. But people who have a positive mindset in life, they always seem a little bit more upbeat. Things seem to go better for them. You cannot manifest on the outside the opposite of what's on the inside. So if you are fearful of borrowing money for a business because you're focused on failure, you have to refocus. You have to change up how you're thinking. You have to change up where you're focusing your energy. Because if you're focusing on failure, you're going to continue to find ways to make what you fear come true. And then things are going to not go well. So now that you've gotten it out of your head that you're going to fail, or what happens if I fail? I'll have to pay the money back. Now you're looking at, okay, it's going to succeed. What can I do to make that succeed? Now we have to look at, well, first, let me go back because I want to dig a little bit deeper into why people fear business failure outside of just thinking that you're going to fail. Because maybe that's not what you're thinking, but there is a lot of bad messaging and teaching out there that puts people in a mindset against all debt, saying that every time you borrow money, it's bad. Every time you get credit, it's bad. But think about it. So many people are out here getting mortgages for houses. They're getting car notes for vehicles. They're borrowing for their education. So it's not that you think debt is a bad thing. You've just been told that certain kinds of debt are a bad thing. Here's the deal. I saw this online. I posted in this group yesterday, I think. The government will lend you $100,000 for student loans, but won't give you, a lot of banks won't give you $10,000 for to start a business. Why is that? That's because they don't want you to succeed in business. They don't want you starting a business. So they make it really easy to get into the chain. Really, it's a prison of debt with student loans. To get a degree you may or may not be able to use. No shade, I've got 2 of them. But they don't want you to borrow money. That's because they know that's the tool that they are using to succeed. All these big businesses out here that you're emulating, the competitors in your market, a lot of them borrowed money either from banks. Sometimes they borrowed it from their 401k. Sometimes they got it from friends and family. But most of them just borrowed it the regular way. But they've got you afraid of all debt, so you won't take the opportunities to use the tools that they are using to succeed. The debt that you need to avoid is consumer debt. I would sooner tell you not to borrow money to buy a vehicle, which depreciates from the moment you drive it off the lot, than to borrow money for a business. A car is not an investment. I don't care what they tell you. It is not an investment. It does not increase in value. It decreases in value. Real estate, different situation. In most markets, real estate is always increasing in value. So real estate is a type of debt that most people accept is a good thing. So you can apply that same mentality to a business. A business will, in most markets and in most situations, if you apply a solid business strategy system and develop it the right way, it will increase in value as well, just like a real estate investment will. Because, and again, this is not every business. This is a business that you set up the right way and operate the right way. We're not talking about slinging stuff out of the trunk of your car, side hustle. I'm not talking about that. That's not business to me. That's a hobby. I'm talking about a real business with locations or a significant online presence where you're running it as the CEO of your company. You got a team working for you. You do things professionally. You're not just passing cash between you and your buddies and, oh, I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to hook you up. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a real business. Real businesses take money to start. That's why there are venture capitalists out here. That's why there are lenders out here, angel investors and banks and things. But they don't want you to know that because they want you to stay afraid to borrow money for your business. What if it fails? What if it succeeds? Like, don't focus on that. And don't focus on, no, I don't want to borrow no money. I'm trying to get out of debt. You do need to get out of that consumer debt. Them credit cards that you ran up, going on trips and buying shoes and all that stuff, sis, you do need to get out of that debt and stop doing it. Cut up those cards. But I'm talking about the kind of debt that's really an investment in your future is a business. Instead of trying to nickel and dime it with, well, I'm just going to pay for it as I go. It's going to take you 15, 20 years to get even to where you might be able to break even paying for it out of and meanwhile, your life is being eaten up doing a job you hate. Why not invest in starting the business professionally, full-time, or as much close to full-time as you can by investing the money it takes to start a business? Retail shops are inventory heavy, even if you use drop shipping. And I may have to do a whole video on drop shipping because I don't advise it, because then you are really beholden on somebody else to make your business work and you're not in the driver's seat. That's another video for another time. But most businesses, again, that do things a certain way so they can be successful, they are inventory heavy. If you're selling things, you have to buy the things to have them to sell. That doesn't mean you're buying things, your merchandise, and you're having to sit on it for 2 or 3 months. If you have the right type of marketing going and you've got a rabid fan base of customers, they'll buy you out. You'll be constantly replenishing your stock. That's the goal. So you don't have to worry about, I'm going to buy this inventory and then I have to sell it. No, it's a fast in and out when you know what you're doing. When your business is hot and and you're buying the things that your customers want, and and you're making it easy for them to do business with you, and you're being professional, and you're doing the customer service, and you're creating this amazing experience. It doesn't have to be this thing where you're spending all this money and then you got to figure out how to get it back. That's not how it works when you set it up the right way. But you need that first influx of merchandise to be able to sell to begin with. If you have a location, you're going to need to be able to pay your overhead. You're going to need to be able to pay your team. So you can't go into that where the sales from today are going to be used to pay the bills for tomorrow. Like, your margins can't be that small. Everything can't be that rigid. You have to have, because here's the deal. Most small businesses close within the first 3 to 5 years, not usually because it was not a great idea, but because they were undercapitalized. They didn't have enough money to keep the lights on until things took off. You're going to have to pay rent. You're going to have to pay for your website. You're going to have to pay for some things while you're getting things up and going, because you can't you don't want to have to start marketing to your customers before you actually have what it is you need. There are some situations where you can pre-sale, you can do some other things where you don't have it on hand and you're able to get money in. But in most situations, you want to have it on hand so that you can quickly fulfill orders and keep people coming back and they have a great experience. They shouldn't have to wait 3 or 4 weeks because you needed their money before you ordered the stuff and all this craziness. That's insane. Just borrow the money that you need or get someone to invest in your business and then, I'm going to talk about grants here in a minute. Get somebody to invest in your business so you have the money to start out professionally. The businesses that succeed, yes, there are businesses that started like Amazon and the guy's garage and all that. You see how many years he's been in business and it's taken off. It took off after a while, but it took some years for him to get there because he was kind of building it slow. There's nothing wrong with building it slow if that's your goal, to take 20, 30 years. But if you want to get going quickly and you want to get yourself in the marketplace and quit that job that you hate, you have to be capitalized. Your business has to have enough capital. If you have a 401k, again, withdraw from it. You're building your future. Don't just hang on to that little bit you've got in your 401k when your business could allow you to have 10, 20, 30 times that amount in your 401k or in your IRA once you're working for yourself. We have to get into a better mindset about money overall. Instead of this fearful, I'm just going to play it small, keep my goals low, and I'm not going to really, that's not your dream. Nobody's dream is to earn $60,000 a year. You can do that in a job working for somebody else with no risk or headache. Your real dream is to make 6 or 7 figures. Your real dream is to be able to run your business from the beaches of the world and be able to pay for college for your kids and take care of your parents and have peace of mind. If you want to get to that dream before you're retired, while you're still young enough to enjoy it, you got to build your business faster, which means you need an influx of cash and you need to have that cash flow going so that as there are the ebbs and flows of and the ups and downs of growing your business while you're going through that, you don't have to be worrying about, oh my goodness, where am I going to get my rent for next month? Or how am I going to pay for this? And the thing is, it's not just businesses that are in person. Yes, those have a lot more overhead and those do require more overhead costs to keep them open, but even a business online. If you want to do a business online, here's the deal. What you trade off by not having a rental space, you make up for in having a lot more customers that you need to service. And if you do a hybrid model where you have both an online and an in-person boutique, you're going to have even more to do. So you, even though you may not have a physical location, because I know a lot of people decide, okay, I don't want to have a physical store because it's easier to do it online. It is, some things about it are easier, but it's really just different. It's not necessarily easier. Like in person, you may have 100 people visit your store every day and that's it. Online, you could have 1,000 people visit your store. And if you do your marketing right, you could wake up one morning and have 200 orders sitting in your inbox, like it happened to a business I saw not long ago, and they weren't prepared. They were still working their full-time jobs, and they wanted people to wait 2 or 3 weeks for their products. If you're not ready for the growth, being online is not going to be just easy peasy, right? The bottom line is you have to be ready to leap. You have to be ready when people need you. When you start heading out into this marketplace, you have to have the ability to keep the lights on, have the inventory in stock, or people are going to move on. Nothing more frustrating than getting excited about a product, seeing an ad on Facebook or coming by the store, and then they're sold out. And the next time you go, they're sold out. You got one time with me, sometimes 2 times, for me to come to your storefront, in person, online, wherever it is, at an event, and you don't have it, whatever it is. We're done. You need to have enough of the it's so that when people order, they can get it. But if you're depending on the first 5 sales to even buy stuff to fulfill the next 5 sales, you're out of business. That's not business. That's a hobby. And I'm here to tell you, your dreams are not going to be able to be fulfilled on a hobby level type of commitment. But having that fear of business startup debt, don't look at it as debt in the same way you look at it as your credit card that you buying clothing with and buying toys and things for your kids and buying groceries and gas. That's consumer debt. And you don't want to be spending 28% on gasoline, 28% interest on your credit card. Get them cards paid off. I'm talking about an investment in your future. And you've got to get into the mindset of seeing the business that you want to start as an investment in your future and not just as another bill. I talked to somebody a week or 2 ago that said the reason why, something about the reason why she didn't want to up-level her business is because she don't want another bill right now. And I was like, you're saying that this is your dream, but you see it as another bill right now. This should be all you're concerned about. This is an investment in your future and in your children and children's future. This is generational wealth. Everybody loves to throw that term around, but they're not willing to do what it takes. Step out on the edge of that ledge, take the risk, take calculated risk, do your homework, do the research, but take the risk to really build that. It's easy to use terms like that, but it takes more than just talking about it to actually be about it. Generational wealth and, the other one is streams of income. Like, I don't need a whole bunch of streams of income. I want one big stream that I know how to operate and make happen. I've got a few businesses I want to operate, but I want all of them working without me. I don't need a bunch of little stuff that's taking up a bunch of my time. 10 different little businesses that's making $200 a month. I want one business that's making $100,000 a month. And you can get there, but you've got to be willing to do the startup work in the beginning. And the reason, that startup work is the inflow of capital that you often need. It may not be as much as you think, but usually people underestimate what it takes to really start a business and look professional. Because you know how it is. You know how you go in those stores and they got handwritten signs and stuff is all dirty and messy. It don't look like a sharp little shop that's professional. You just feel like somebody just brought some stuff out of their garage and rented a space. And a lot of times that's what people do because, again, they're on this small time mindset, funding it themselves. And I don't like shops like that. I don't like shops that are unprofessional. I don't like shops where they got all these policies that show that they're not really up to snuff. You can't return stuff and they charge you extra because you want to use a credit card and all that old nonsense because they don't know how to do the numbers. They don't know how to set up their business right. So they're trying to control the costs other kinds of ways, and it repels shoppers like me, quite frankly. I don't like shops like that. I like shops where I go in, get the lit up signs, everything's professional. They got branding and, everything looks good and I feel good in there. There's music playing and whatever it is. You know those shops. You know the shops that are in the mall versus the ones that are in them little cheap strip malls in the hood. You don't want a hood shop. You want a real shop. And again, websites can be the same way. So even if you're not doing a physical location, Your website needs to be polished and professional as well. I should not be able to look at it and tell that you just you just kind of building it on your own and you have no graphic background or anything. You just got some old whack stuff out there. Like the reason why it's like a cycle, right? You don't invest in your business, you don't get the startup capital, so things can't be as nice, and then you don't get as many customers. You can't have the customer service, and you run people off. Then you make less money, and then you keep that cycle going, so you can't invest in your business. You need the influx of cash in the beginning. Let me tell you something. In this season right now that we're in, the government, bless its heart, is lending startup funding, even to people who they normally wouldn't have. I got a business loan a few months ago just to see if it would work. I got it within a few hours, and the money was in my account within a few days, like a big loan. And it didn't take a whole lot to apply for it. There's opportunities out here, but they're not just giving out money just because you're a nice lady. You need to have your stuff together. So if they ever ask you, what's your plan or what are you going to be doing with, they need to know that you're not just out here with an idea and nothing else. You have to have a strategy. You have to know how to market. You have to have a kind of idea of what your finances is going to be. You have to have a team with you so that you can build to where you want to be. If you're just trying to sell a few things a month, that's just a hobby business. Nothing wrong with that. But I don't think you came to this group and to this page because you want to make $150 a month selling your little hobby item. You came here because you want to be self-employed. That's what it says. I want to be self-employed. Self-employment means that you're going to at least have to match or exceed your current income. You can't do that playing small. You're not going to just magically make $60,000 a year or $40,000, whatever you make now, and then go past that by playing it small. You're not going to be able to build to that level because you won't have enough time. Because here's the thing. Some certain parts of your business are going to take the same amount of time, whether you're making a lot of money or a little money. There's some things that just take time. Like just for example, reporting. If you're pulling reports on your business, it takes the same amount of time to pull reports if you made 6 figures this month as it does if you made $100. It's still going to take that same amount of time. So why not make sure that you have enough time to invest in your business by becoming self-employed as quickly as possible so that you can scale to the next level? And you're not going to be able to get self-employed till you replace the income you're making now. And you cannot do that if you're playing small and nickel and diamond. I'm going to go out here and buy $100 worth of inventory and then go on Facebook and hopefully people will buy it. That's not a marketing strategy. And we're going to do some more trainings. This week was about fear. Next week is going to be or one of the future weeks is going to be about marketing because there's a whole lot of stuff in there. But there's a whole lot of stuff you need to be doing to prepare yourself before marketing even comes into play. Having that overall strategy, having that overall game plan for your success will annihilate that fear you have of borrowing money. Because the real thing is you're afraid to borrow the money because you know that you have no idea what to do with it when you get it. And I understand that. You're a creative probably. You have a great idea. You have a great product or line of products to sell, but you're not an expert in running an actual business. And that's where that fear comes from. But instead of having that fear, you can use it to your advantage by taking that fear, deciding that instead of focusing on the fear, you're going to focus on your success and finding the ways to make that success come true. And then you're going to go out there and do what it takes to get there. And I'm telling you right now, like, for example, I'm going to open another boutique. I felt inspired last month to open a boutique for tall women and their friends. And I'm working on that when I had a boutique some years ago. But I'm working on that and it takes a lot of work and I know what to do and I'm doing it. It takes money. It takes business smarts. It takes all these things. And it's going to take that for you too. And it's okay that you don't know what to do. It's okay that you're confused, that you're scared, but you have to do it scared. A lot of people, I've heard that phrase a lot recently, do it scared. There's never going to be a time when you feel 100% comfortable. No matter how successful I am, I'm always a little bit nervous, but I still do the things anyway. That's the difference between a person that loses and a person that wins, is facing the fear and letting it, or either letting the fear knock you down or facing the fear and allowing it to propel you. Because the only thing I'm more afraid of than taking a chance on my business at every new level is what will happen if I don't do it. What will happen if you don't build your business the way I'm talking about? What will happen if you don't borrow the money that it takes to build a professional business that customers are actually going to buy from consistently to get you out of your cubicle prison? What's going to happen then? You're going to stay stuck. Your kids aren't going to have the life they deserve. They're not going to have the mother they deserve. Your husband's not going to have the wife he deserves. The community, your family, you're not going to be able to live the life of your dreams. Your health, if it's being affected by the stress, is going to continue to deteriorate. All these things are realities, and you cannot put blinders on and say, I don't want to look at it. There's just no way my business can fail. Yes, it is. If you don't know what you're doing, it's going to fail. There's no such thing as, okay, here's the thing. I'm all about positive mental attitude and all that. I vibrate on a high level of mindset every single day. But not being willing to acknowledge what the alternative is means that you won't be propelled to do the thing that you're afraid of because you don't realize there's something stalking you that's something to be more afraid of. You have to become more afraid of what will happen if you don't borrow the money to start your business the right way. What'll happen? You'll stay stuck right where you are. Whatever situation led you to this group, to this page, you're going to stay stuck there because business does not succeed just because if I just pray hard enough, it's just going to happen. I just believe it. Faith without works is dead. And that's in the word for my believers out there. You have to be doing the right things at the right time in the right way to turn that faith into reality. And part of that is acknowledging that your business needs some startup capital. You're starting a boutique or a shop or a store. Yes, you can nickel and dime it. I see people all over the internet are nickel and diming, and every time you go to their website, they're sold out, or you contact them, you can't get a response, and all that old kind of stuff because they don't have the infrastructure for a successful business. They just have some products that they're trying to sell, and they're treating it like a hobby. You have to be willing to treat your business like a real business so that you can compete with these other people out here who know they're borrowing from a bank to start your business. It's the right thing to do if you don't already have the money. I almost never, well, I won't say I never hear it, but it's a lot less rare that I hear them, whether it's white people, other races, foreigners, whoever it is, talking about being afraid to borrow money for businesses. That is almost uniquely a Black people thing. We've been taught to be consumers and spend everything we have and to fear debt, even good debt. A lot of Black people won't buy houses. I don't want to, Okay, that's a different story. I'm not in real estate right now. But then this idea that I can borrow for college, but I can't borrow for my business is ludicrous because a college degree doesn't even, all it is a piece of paper. No shade. I've got two of them behind me. But they're not going to get you generational wealth. Having a degree does not do that. The people who can create a generational wealth scenario are the people who have a business or own something. That's the bottom line. That is how that works. And so I said all that to say, living in fear of borrowing money to start your business, to become educated on the right ways to do your business, to get your inventory, to do your marketing, that's what's going to hold you back. That's what's going to keep you playing small. That's what's going to keep you limited. And I don't want you to be limited. And I don't want you to be willing to accept that, because even if you say on the surface you're okay with playing small, I know deep down in your heart of hearts, your vision for self-employment is not just so you can barely scrape by paying your bills or selling things out of the trunk of your car or spamming your Facebook page because you think that you should be able to attract $100,000 in sales for free, even though every other successful business pays for advertising. We've got to get out of this poverty mindset when it comes to not only our personal finances, but when it comes to business. You want your customers to buy from you, but you're not willing to invest in your own business. Why should they? And that's why you always are getting people who want to hook up. I want a discount. Oh, we've known each other since high school. Who do you think you are charging? You should be doing it for free. No, you shouldn't. But if you have the energy of not wanting to invest and spend in your own business and borrow and put things on the line, you're not going to attract customers that want to do that either. That's another one of those laws. You get back what you put out. And if you're putting out there scarcity, if you're putting out there fear, if you're putting out there I'm just going to do this little bit. I'm going to play small, but I don't want to borrow no money because I don't know. What if I have to pay it back? And ma'am, stop. That's not the move right now. You need to be like, what if I make 100 times this loan and pay it back and we're done? Like, that's how you have to vibrate. These people you look up to, they don't live in fear. They have fear and they push on through it and they move on and make the decisions anyway. It's not that you're not going to ever be afraid. So don't let the title of the video fool you, Annihilating the Fear. You're not that you're never going to have fear. You just get it and you get rid of it and you get more fear of the next big thing. Because every time I go to a new level in my business, it's like, oh, it's scary. But I want what's on the other side of it, so I'm going to do it anyway. And that's the mindset that you need to have as well. And if you need help to develop this type of, not so much fearless mentality, but fear annihilating mentality to apply to your business so that you will have the confidence to borrow that money from that lender and not be worried about what if I can't pay it back? What if, and all the negative, but rather be like, what am I going to do to make sure I can pay it back and then some? What if I exceed all those? If you need help with that, it's okay. I'm here to help you. But we need to have a conversation. Book your free breakthrough call at melaniehunter.com/chat. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about those fears that have kept you playing small. Let's talk about the differences in the type of debt and why you need to borrow right now, why you need to borrow so that you can scale quickly and pay that back and then have everything else be profit. How you can apply principles so that you don't have to worry about the business failing and what if I have to pay it back and I'm not making any money and all that, but how to manifest the exact type of business that you want. And then if you need help with the strategies, that marketing, that customer attraction, doing the finances, doing the behind the scenes, attracting a team that's going to help you to grow, and all those other amazing things that come with owning a boutique, a shop, a store, selling what you love, book a call. It starts with a decision. You have to be willing to invest in your own success, because if you won't, nobody else will. There are no free rides out here in the world. Stop trying to make your success a free ride. There's nobody out here that's successful who has achieved the things they've achieved, who did not have to have help, who did not have to invest, who did not have to do it scared. It's okay to be scared. It's not okay to let that fear stop you. So I'm offering a free call. We'll get on the call for about 45 minutes and talk about all your fears, all your struggles, and then what it's going to take to get you out of it. If you're serious about getting out of it, let's have a conversation. If you're dabbling, looking for one big old one fabulous trick that's going to make the difference between everything you've been failing with and success, I don't have that. It's a process. It's a system. It's going to take a little bit of time. There are no quick tips. There's no fast tracks. There's no overnight success, and there's no free rides out here. Everything that I've gotten, I've invested in myself. And everybody else that I look up to and that I listen to, they're doing the same thing. And you need to do that same thing for yourself. You deserve it. But it takes making a decision. So let's have a conversation. Melanie Hunter, Melanie with 2 L's, hunter.com/chat. Book your breakthrough call. Fill out that application so let me know that you really are serious about showing up for your appointment, because I don't have a lot of appointments and I don't need a bunch of no-shows. So if you're serious and you're ready, you're sick of dabbling, you're sick of struggling, let's have a conversation. You guys, it has been my absolute joy to talk to you guys today about this and this week, about all the fears and how you can let them go and stop letting them control your life. Book a call if I have not already talked to you, and let's go ahead and move into your success. 2021 is moving ahead quite quickly, and I want to make sure that you're on the track to make your dreams come true this year, not next year, not 5 years from now, this year. I don't have time is up for playing games and talking. I want you guys to succeed and join me on this side of it. But it starts with a decision. Make that call. We will talk soon. We'll be back next Monday with another amazing training broadcast, and I hope you'll join me. Take care. Bye-bye.